I will be doing a quick tank review for the German Tier 8 heavy tank, the Tiger 2. The Tiger 2 goes by many names. Königstiger, which means Bengal tiger. If you literally translate it from German to English, two other well-known names that the Tiger 2 goes by. It is the Royal Tiger or the King Tiger. What must you know about the Tiger 2? You have a very good armor in the front if you know how to use it effectively. The gun itself, it is quite good once you have the top gun. This vehicle, when it is fully upgraded, it is a very good tank to use if you know how to use it right. My issue with this vehicle is that the engine can be knocked out easily enough. The modules and the crew inside can be knocked out with a well-placed shot from the front or sides. The Tiger 2, I generally find that the engine can be knocked out easily enough. Also, the Tiger armor, when you are facing Tier 8 to Tier 10 vehicles, your armor can be penned easily enough. And the engine itself, you will have a decent horsepower to ton ratio, but even with the top engine, the Tiger 2 is a pretty slow tank still. Let's get to the stats of the vehicle now. The Tiger 2, when you have the vehicle stock, it is a pretty good tank still. But when you have it fully upgraded, the vehicle can become quite a good vehicle to use if you know how to use it right. The Tiger 2 have a lot of hit points at Tier 8, 1,600 hit points. You can take a good amount of hits before you are killed. Watch out for Tier 8 to Tier 10 guns that can wreck you to pieces. The Tiger 2 can weigh up to 74 tons maximum. My setup, it is just under 72 tons, which will give me a decent horsepower to ton ratio with the 700 horsepower engine. The top speed, it is 38 kilometers. You can only reach this top speed when you are on flat terrain or going downhill only. The horsepower to ton ratio, it is 9.78 horsepower to 1 ton. It is not that bad, not good. You will be taking your time getting to the other side of the map with this tank when you have the top engine mounted. The vehicle hold traverse, it is okay at 28 degrees. Watch out for vehicles that can easily flank you. The vehicle armor, for the most part, it is pretty good and well angled. If you angle the armor just right, you can get a lot of ricochets. The vehicle weak parts, as most vehicles do have these weak parts. It is the lower glacis plate, the machine gun port here, the hatches here. If you do have the height advantage, a well-placed shot here can damage the crew and the modules, the vehicle top, engine department, side and rear. The vehicle armor, it is pretty good. 150 millimeters with angling from the front. Side, it is 80. But if you angle the armor a bit to the right or to the left, you can get ricochets as well with the 80 millimeters of armor thickness. VR is 80, but you can pen the real receipts. The vehicle turret armor, it is quite good. The gun mantelet, it is 185 millimeters plus. The front of the armor, it is 150, 185, I mean, which is pretty good. If you can get yourself into a hold down position, you can ricochet a lot of rounds. Sides, 80, but that 80 millimeters of armor really only apply to the front part of the side here. When you go further back into the turret from the left to the right, the armor thickness actually decreases a bit. So from the middle to the right side here, the armor thickness, it is not exactly 80, but you can get some ricochets from time to time still via 80. Also, if you have a higher penetrating gun, you can easily hit this part of the tank here. The top gun, the 105 millimeter L68 gun, it is a high damage gun with a decent to being very good penning gun for its tier. You can do between 240 to 400 damage for this gun. The pen, it is 169 to 281. The rate of fire, it is decent. My rate of fire, it is just under 6 rounds per a minute. The gun depression, it is good, 8 degrees downwards, while the gun elevation upward, it is 15 in the air. The loading time, it is about under 9 seconds for me. The turret traverse, it is okay at 27 degrees. The view range, it is quite good. With the top turret, it is 390 meters. But when you add in binocular telescopes or coated optics, you can easily reach the maximum view range in game for any tank to have, which would be about 450 meters. The radio, it is quite good on this vehicle. You have a 710 meter signal range, which is pretty good for a tier 8 vehicle to have. The research for this vehicle, it is a painless grind. Even with the vehicle being stock, it is a pretty good tank still. You will have to research the 2 top guns, the top turret, and the top pair of tracks. Everything else, it is transferable from the Tiger 2 onward onto this. Interesting tidbit: the first gun, it is the historically accurate gun that the Tiger 2 used. Let's begin off with the tracks. You will be needing the top pair of tracks to mount all of the equipment onto the Tiger 2 without going over the tank load limit. Or you could use a enhanced torsion bar if you want to. There is a increase in the load limit and the whole traverse from the 2 pair of tracks. I would generally recommend getting the top pair of tracks just for the increase whole traverse. These two engines you will have if you already researched the top engine on the Tiger 1 already. Equip and use the 700 horsepower engine right away. You have three radios. You would have all these three already researched already. Equip and mount the FUG-12 radio. You should have had researched this radio already if you went through the Tiger 1 or any other vehicle that uses this radio. The first turret, it is pretty good. You can get a good amount of ricochets as well. The good thing about the turrets for the Tiger 2 is that you can actually mount the top gun before actually getting the top turret. I would recommend that you use the first turret until you actually get the top gun, and then research the top turret. Once you have the top gun researched and equipped. The 88mm here, it is a pretty good gun up to this tier. This gun, it is very good when you are facing tier 9 and 8. But when you get to tier 10, this gun, it is not that good unless if you want to fire a lot of APCR rounds. This is a fast firing gun with okay pen and damage output, with a very accurate gun at .34. The two 105mm gun, they are sort of the same. The only difference between these two guns here is that the L68 gun have a slightly better pen than the L52 gun, and the accuracy, it is better between the L52 to the L68, .37 to .34. All of the guns on the Tiger 2 here, you can technically snipe at a medium to a long distance if you want to. The aiming time, it get a little bit longer, from 2.3 to 2.5, which is not a major issue. Once you have all of the equipment research on the Tiger 2, you can continue your way to the E75. I am still working on the E75 still. You will be needing about 154,000 research points and about 3.5 million credits. Let's cover the pros and cons of the vehicle now. The Tiger 2 pros and cons. As a tier 8 vehicle, you can get yourself into a tier 10 match. I generally find that the Tiger 2, if you are top tier in a tier 8 match, you can do quite well in it if you know what you are doing in the first place. When you get to a tier 9 and 10 match, you have to be a bit of a more of a support role if you want to do well in those matches. How do you use the Tiger 2? You can play this vehicle as a medium to a long distance sniper due to the accuracy of the guns. The vehicle is a good support vehicle as well, and also you can play the vehicle as a as a frontline heavy tank as well. What is good about the Tiger tool? You have a good frontal armor. The grind it is mostly painless and a straightforward grind, which is good. Your armor, where there is angling and where it is thick, you can ricochet most rounds up to tier 8 unless if they are firing APTR rounds or if their gun can overpen the armor value itself. The guns themselves have a very good pen and are quite accurate as well. You have very few weak part of the vehicle where people can actually shoot at. So it is vital that you get to a place where you can hide the lower glacis plate here, because the lower glacis plate can be penned with ease. Now to the cons of the vehicle. Your side armor, it is not that good. So if you try to side scrape with this tank, you are not going to be doing quite well in this tank. You may get the odd ricochet there as well. The armor, it is not that good when you are facing tier 9 and 10 guns. The lower glacis plate only have about 100 millimeters of armor, so most tank guns can penetrate this part of the tank with ease. So try to get to a area where you can hide this part. It is vital. Also, I generally find that the crew and the modules can be knocked out easily enough. Let's cover the equipment, consumables, and the ammo layout for the Tiger tool. Let's begin off with the consumables. I would go with a first aid kit to treat any crew member injuries, repair kit to repair module damage, and the fire extinguisher. I would generally save the first aid kit and the repair kit just for the vital crew members / modules that you actually need later on in the match or early on in the match. This vehicle carries a lot of ammo. I generally find that I do not run out of ammo while using this tank. You have 42 rounds of ammo. The majority of my ammo I would be using would be the armor piercing round. Most of the time, if you know where you are shooting at, you can penetrate most tanks. I would put around 20 to 30 rounds of armor piercing into this tank. I would carry APCR rounds as well, because you will be needing these rounds when you are going to be facing up against tier 8 to tier 10 vehicles that are quite heavily armored. The AP and the APCR do about the same damage output, which is okay. If you are going to be using APCR rounds, it will cost you about 4,800 credits or 12 gold. I would carry some HE on me just in case if I have to shoot at a thinly armored vehicle or just to reset cap. The equipment that I mount onto the vehicle. I went with a large caliber tank gun rammer to decrease the loading time, by 10%, vents just to improve the crew and the tank performance, and binocular telescopes to increase my view range even more. With the binocular telescopes, when it is activated, I have up to about 500 meters view range, which is a bit overkill because the maximum view range in game that you can have it is 450 meters. The equipment that you can mount that can actually make the Tiger slightly a little bit better would be the vertical stabilizer. The vertical stabilizer give you plus 20% accuracy during movement and turret rotation, which is good if you're on the move and firing. Toolbox to get your repair done faster. The heavy spall liner. This just give the tank extra protection against ramming, HE round, and protect the crew more by 30%. If you do not want to mount the top pair of tracks, use the enhanced torsion bar. Enhanced torsion bar 5 plus Tia class. This increase the load limit, make the torsion bar more durable, and reduce the hull damage when you're falling from heights. The enhanced gun lane drive to decrease the already decent to being very good aiming time. To increase the view range, go with coated optics or binocular telescopes. The Tiger 2, as this is a heavy tank and it's big, the camo rating is pretty bad, so a camo net is a bad idea. I generally find these high tier vehicles are generally worse putting a camo paint on. The camouflage paint generally improve the tank camouflage by a tiny bit. It's like 5% increase in the camo rating, I think, which is pretty good still. I have some replays to show you how to use the Tiger tool properly. This replay, I am in a tier 8 match. Let me speed up the replay to the front line. When you are top tier and know what you're doing, you can do quite well. I am heading to the right side of the map here. While I am making my advance in this area, I am going to be using the terrain here to cover my hull as much as possible. Even with the angled armor, most vehicles can penetrate your armor if they have a big enough gun to do so, or enough pen for their gun to go through your armor. That super Pershing did deal damage to me. Here I am using this bridge line to show my turret only. With the multiple targets ahead, with me turning my turret to shoot at one of them, the other vehicles have a chance to shoot at my turret, such as that Pershing there, one of those two penetrated me. As long as you use the ridge line and try to angle your turret while moving, you can actually get a good amount of ricochets as well, if you're top tier. I fell back while I am loading. If you just use the hill terrain and the already good angled armor, you can ricochet most rounds in the game, unless if they can overpen your armor. I am doing quite good so far. I have done about 2.3 thousand damage already. Now, me and my team are doing a base push now. And I am on low health now. I was about to get that kill there, but that IS stole it from me. This is where my usefulness to the team end. In this match, I got in about 1 kill, but with the assist and the spotting damage, I did about 4,000 damage in this match. Let's go to the next replay now. This replay, pay attention to how me and my platoon mate in his J Panther 2 work together. Me and Go here, we are heading to the hill area on the west side of the map. Let me speed up the replay a bit to get to the front line faster.
Auf geht's!
I am looking around, seeing where enemy tanks may pop up. I am using the hills here to give me extra armor and to protect my weak parts. If enemy tanks were on the hill already, I got one shot while moving. Now I am using the terrain here to protect me a bit. That IS-3 there, I have to keep an eye on it because it could easily flank us. I unfortunately could not penetrate the IS there while I was aiming at a Capella. Seeing the IS-3 there, they're flanking us. I moved forward to get out of his sight. With the IS-3 taken care of, I moved forward. Unfortunately, artillery landed a shell by me, taking a good amount of my hit points off. I am falling back a bit, knowing I could be killed. The Charioteer and the T-28 prototype there, they are going to be a pain later on if they are not taken care of. Seeing the E-75 and the Tiger 1 are doing their push, I began to flank the KV-4 there. Before doing so, I tried to land a shell into the Charioteer. I began my flank now while paying attention to my right side. I fell back in time to dodge that KV-4 shell. Seeing the tank was on fire and a team member shooting at it, I took the last hit there. Moving forward, and still using the hill as a cover, I fell back while loading to shoot at the IS-8 and the ST-1 or STI. This IS-8, me and Go here, we finished it off quickly enough. This ST-1, it have to go before we do a base push. This ST-1 is in a bad position right now. Fortunately, I survived its shell. If that ST-1 had a bit of a high roll, I could have died there. Pay attention what I am going to do next. I am falling back right now, but with the team forming up, I began to do a push to their cap with the aid of the E-75 and Go. That character and the prototype, they can easily one-shot me now, even with HE rounds. Seeing Go and the E-75 doing their push, one of us, we are going to get close enough to kill the character. Fortunately, I had a lucky ricochet there. I am flanking the vehicle. Again! A ricochet! This prototype, I try to aim at weak parts of the vehicle. I probably hit the gun mantelet or some thick part of the armor in the front. There I aimed at the crew department. Now it is cleaning up the rest of the team now. And the last kill landed me a Top Gun medal. With the assist damage added in, I did about 5,400 damage, which is pretty good for a tier 8 heavy tank to do in a tier 9 match. Let's go to the next replay now. This replay I did quite well in. I am in the platoon still with my friend Go and another primate Rad. This replay I did quite well, and when it came to being as a frontline support vehicle and being quite aggressive. I advanced to a position where I could take advantage of the terrain while securing the area. If I tried to do this in a tier 9 or 10 match, I would probably be a dead zone, or it would be overrun quickly enough. This T-32, I fall back while shooting at it. A T-34, they're fired on me from the side. This T-28 HTC is causing some grief for my platoon mate here, so I went to support him. That one T-34-85 that I did not kill is going to cause me a problem later on. Me and right here, we are trying to kill as many tanks here, or make them fall back, so our forces in the city here can do a push. This has U-100Y have to go. He is pinning both of us here. I am being very careful here, because I can be overrun easily enough. I am using my armor, latrine, trying to protect myself while shooting back. I am angling. That AT I finished off. I am on low health right now. If the enemy tanks in this area actually worked together properly, they could have had taken me out quickly enough. I am being careful as I advance. Seeing that the T-32 is properly loaded already, I fell back a bit, hoping that it would pop out. But the shell was wasted on the LTTB. I am angling my armor. This is where things got pretty bad for me. That T-34-85 that I did not kill earlier got to kill me. This replay I did quite well. I got in about 6 kills, and with the assist damage added on top, I did about 5,500 damage in this match. Let's do a brief recap on the Tiger II. The vehicle, it is a good vehicle to use once you have gotten used to the vehicle's strengths and weaknesses. It can be a fun tank if you know what you are doing in the first place as well. The grind, it is a straightforward and a painless grind for the most part. The vehicle as a tier 8 heavy tank, it is quite good. Most tier 8 heavy tanks, they are good for the most part at a tier 8 area. The vehicle itself, it is a good solo tank, or even as a platoon tank as well. The vehicle, if you want to do well in it, get into a hold down position and hide the lower glacis plate, because the lower glacis plate, it is a major weak part of the vehicle. Overall, the Tiger 2, as long as you treat the vehicle right, you can do quite well in the vehicle. I hope that you learned a thing or two about the Tiger 2 and how to use it properly. If you like my video, follow my channel and also leave a comment as well. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.